turning adversity into advantage, the unexpected path to success. Welcome to the BlackCEO Podcast, where we dive deep into the stories and strategies of extraordinary individuals who are reshaping the landscape of success. Today, we're in for a truly transformative experience as we explore the insights of April Webster, a visionary entrepreneur and mentor whose work has touched the lives of thousands, particularly women in business. April's journey isn't just inspiring, it's a revolutionary blueprint for turning life's most daunting challenges into your greatest assets. Imagine for a moment standing at the edge of a cliff. The wind is whipping around you, your heart is pounding, and every instinct is screaming at you to step back. But instead of retreating, you take a deep breath and leap forward. That leap, my friends, is what we're here to talk about today. It's the moment when you choose to embrace the unknown, to dance with uncertainty, and to transform your greatest fears into your most powerful allies. April Webster's story is a testament to the extraordinary potential that lies dormant within each of us, waiting to be awakened by the very challenges we often try to avoid. Her philosophy isn't about sidestepping obstacles. It's about running headlong into them, arms wide open, ready to learn, grow, and emerge stronger on the other side. Now, I know what you're thinking. Easy for her to say she's already successful. But here's the kicker. April's success wasn't handed to her on a silver platter. It was forged in the fires of adversity, tempered by failure, and polished by relentless perseverance. Her journey is a masterclass in resilience, innovation, and the art of turning setbacks into comebacks. So buckle up, dear listeners. We're about to embark on a journey that will challenge everything you thought you knew about success, failure, and the incredible power of embracing life's unexpected turns. Let's start with a question that might make you squirm in your seat a little. When was the last time you failed spectacularly? I'm talking about the kind of failure that makes your stomach churn, your cheeks burn, and your confidence crumble. Got it? Good. Now, hold on to that feeling, because by the end of this talk, I promise you'll see that failure in a whole new light. April's first lesson is a game changer. Embrace change as your greatest teacher. Now, I know what you're thinking. Change? Teacher? More like unwelcome guest that shows up uninvited and eats all the snacks. But hear me out. Picture this. April had just launched her first major product line. She'd poured her heart, soul, and life savings into it. The launch day arrived and crickets. The market response was so lukewarm, it could have chilled a cup of coffee. For a moment, she felt like the ground had opened up beneath her feet. But here's where April's story takes a fascinating turn. Instead of retreating into a cave of self-pity, which, let's be honest, is tempting, she got curious. She reached out to potential customers, not to sell, but to listen. And listen she did. She discovered that while her product missed the mark, it had inadvertently revealed a much bigger untapped need in the market. That failure became the foundation for her next product, which didn't just succeed, it revolutionized her entire industry. The lesson? Change isn't just inevitable, it's invaluable. It's life's way of nudging you, sometimes shoving you towards your true path. So the next time life throws you a curveball, instead of ducking, try catching it. Ask yourself, what is this change trying to teach me? How can I use this as an opportunity to grow? You might just find that your greatest setback is setting you up for your biggest comeback. Now let's talk about resilience. Not the grit your teeth and bear it kind of resilience, but the bring it on world kind. April's second key insight is all about cultivating resilience through purposeful discomfort. Sounds fun, right? Like a spa day, but instead of cucumbers on your eyes, you've got challenges slapping you in the face. April shared a practice that, quite frankly, made me question her sanity at first. Every week, she would deliberately put herself in a situation that made her uncomfortable. Public speaking? Check. Cold calling potential clients? You bet. Tackling a task she felt woefully unqualified for? Sign her up. At first, it was terrifying. Her heart would race, her palms would sweat, and sometimes she'd fail so spectacularly it would make even the most cringeworthy reality TV seem tame in comparison. But with each challenge, something remarkable happened. She became more confident, more adaptable, and more resilient. The fears that once paralyzed her began to feel more like exciting challenges. This practice of purposeful discomfort didn't just make her more resilient in business, it transformed her entire approach to life. Suddenly, unexpected challenges weren't threats. They were opportunities to flex her resilience muscle. So, here's a challenge for you. What's one thing you can do this week that scares you a little? Maybe it's having that difficult conversation you've been avoiding or applying for that job you think is out of your league. Whatever it is, embrace the discomfort. Remember, on the other side of that discomfort is growth, strength, and a more resilient you. Now, let's talk about the F word that strikes fear into the hearts of even the most ambitious among us. Failure. Our final lesson from April is perhaps the most powerful. Reframe failure as feedback. In our success-driven culture, failure is often seen as the ultimate setback. But what if I told you that some of the most successful people in the world attribute their achievements not to their successes, but to their failures? April's perspective on failure is revolutionary. She doesn't see failure as a dead end, but as a detour, a necessary part of the journey to success. Every no is just information, every setback is a setup for a comeback, and every failure is an opportunity to learn and grow. Let me share a story that really drives this point home. April had been working on a groundbreaking project for months. It was innovative, it was daring, and she was sure it would be her magnum opus. Launch day came and it flopped. Not just a little flop, mind you. We're talking a belly flop from the high dive kind of flop. For a moment, she felt like her world was crumbling. But then she did something remarkable. She got curious. Instead of seeing the failure as a reflection of her worth, she saw it as a wealth of information. She dug into the data, reached out to users, and listened, really listened to the feedback. What she discovered was gold. The project had failed because it was solving the wrong problem. But in that failure, she uncovered a much bigger, more pressing issue that her target market was facing. Armed with this new insight, she pivoted. The result, a product that not only succeeded, but exceeded all expectations. The lesson, failure is not the opposite of success. It's a crucial part of it. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about failing forward. Each failure is a data point, a piece of feedback that can guide you towards your ultimate success. So, the next time you face a setback, resist the urge to label it as a failure. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to improve and grow? Remember, every no brings you one step closer to the right yes. Now, let's talk about fear. Not the kind of fear that keeps you safe from physical harm, but the insidious kind that holds you back from reaching your full potential. April shared a powerful technique for confronting and conquering these fears. She calls it the fear inventory. Here's how it works. Take out a piece of paper and write down every fear that's holding you back. Be brutally honest with yourself. Are you afraid of public speaking? Write it down. Scared of starting your own business? Put it on the list. Terrified of putting yourself out there on social media? You got it. Add it to the inventory. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Next to each fear, write down the absolute worst thing that could happen if that fear came true. Really let your imagination run wild. If you're afraid of public speaking, maybe the worst case scenario is that you freeze on stage, forget everything, and become a viral meme for all the wrong reasons. Got your list? Good. Now, here's the kicker. Next to each worst case scenario, write down how you would handle it if it actually happened. Would you laugh it off? Learn from it? Use it as material for your next speech? What April found, and what countless others have discovered since, is that when you shine a light on your fears, when you really examine them, they often lose their power over you. You realize that even the worst case scenario is something you can handle. But here's the real magic. By going through this exercise, you're not just confronting your fears, you're building a resilience toolkit. You're preparing yourself to handle whatever life throws your way. And in doing so, you're freeing yourself to take the risks that lead to extraordinary success. Now let's talk about another crucial aspect of turning adversity into advantage, the power of your network. April shared a story that really drives this point home. Early in her career, she faced a devastating setback. A key partnership fell through, threatening to tank her fledgling business. She felt isolated, defeated, and ready to throw in the towel. But instead of retreating, she did something counterintuitive. She reached out. She called mentors, peers, even competitors. She was vulnerable, honest about her struggles, and open to advice. The response was overwhelming. People she barely knew offered support, introductions, and invaluable insights. One connection led to another, and before she knew it, she had not just recovered from the setback, but had opened doors to opportunities she never even knew existed. The lesson? Your network is not just a list of contacts, it's a lifeline, a source of resilience, and a catalyst for growth. But here's the catch. You have to nurture it before you need it. Build genuine relationships. Offer value without expecting anything in return. Be the person others can count on. And when adversity strikes, don't be afraid to lean on your network. Your vulnerability is not a weakness. It's an opportunity for connection, growth, and unexpected opportunities. And now let's address something that often gets overlooked when we talk about success and resilience, the importance of self-care. April emphasized this point with the story that really struck a chord. She had been pushing herself relentlessly, burning the candle at both ends in pursuit of her goals. She wore her exhaustion like a badge of honor, priding herself on how little sleep she could function on. Then one day she collapsed. Literally, her body simply said, enough. This wake-up call forced her to confront an uncomfortable truth. She had been treating herself like a machine, not a human being. She realized that true resilience isn't about pushing through at all costs. It's about sustaining your energy for the long haul. She began implementing what she calls her non-negotiable self-care trinity: sleep, movement, and mindfulness. She guarded her sleep time as fiercely as she did her most important business meetings. She incorporated movement into her daily routine, even if it was just a 10-minute walk. And she practiced mindfulness, taking time each day to quiet her mind and reconnect with herself. The result, not only did her health improve, but her business thrived. She found she had more energy, clearer thinking, and greater creativity. She was better equipped to handle challenges and spot opportunities. The lesson here is crucial. Self-care isn't selfish. It's a critical component of success and resilience. You can't pour from an empty cup. By taking care of yourself, you're ensuring you have the energy, clarity, and resilience to turn adversity into advantage. As we near the end of our journey today, I want to circle back to where we started, that cliff edge where change, challenge, and opportunity converge. April's insights have shown us that success isn't about avoiding that cliff. It's about learning to fly when we leap off it. We've learned to embrace change as our teacher, to cultivate resilience through purposeful discomfort, and to reframe failure as valuable feedback. We've discovered the power of confronting our fears, leveraging our network, and prioritizing self-care. But here's the thing. Knowledge without action is like a car without fuel. It might look good, but it won't take you anywhere. So I want to leave you with a challenge, a call to action that I hope will echo in your mind long after this talk ends. This week, I want you to do something that scares you, something that pushes you out of your comfort zone and into the realm of growth and possibility. Maybe it's having that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Perhaps it's taking the first step towards that business idea you've been dreaming about, or it could be simply raising your hand in a meeting to share an idea you're not entirely sure about. Whatever it is, I want you to do it. And when you do, I want you to pay attention to how it feels. Notice the fear, yes, but also notice the exhilaration, the sense of accomplishment, the growth that comes from pushing your boundaries. And here's the kicker. I want you to fail. Yes, you heard me right. I want you to fail at something this week. But when you do, I want you to resist the urge to beat yourself up. Instead, get curious. What can you learn from this failure? How can you use this experience to grow, to improve, to move closer to your goals? Remember, every successful person you admire has a trail of failures behind them. The difference is they use those failures as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. As you go forth from here, I want you to carry with you the wisdom of April Webster. Remember that adversity isn't your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. That resilience isn't about avoiding discomfort, it's about embracing it as a path to growth. That failure isn't the end of your story, it's the beginning of a better one. You have within you an incredible power, the power to turn your greatest challenges into your most profound opportunities. It's time to unleash that power. It's time to rewrite your story, to transform your obstacles into opportunities, and to become the architect of your own extraordinary success. So, my friends, as we close this episode of the BlackCEO Podcast, I leave you with this question. What if the very thing you're most afraid of right now is the key to unlocking your greatest potential? What if your next level of success is waiting for you on the other side of your comfort zone? It's time to find out. Take that leap, embrace the journey, and never, ever give up on your dreams. The world is waiting for the unique gift that only you can bring. It's time to deliver it. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey. Until next time, keep pushing, keep growing, and keep transforming your world one challenge at a time. The future belongs to those who have the courage to create it. Now go out there and create yours.